This is a gender critical person replying to J.K. Rowling with just the most delusional comment that I've just ever seen. How I saw someone describing this as having a cooked brain. This is a cooked brain response. It's just unbelievable. I just cannot believe that there are people who think like this. I could believe that there were 8-year-olds that thought like this, but this person looks significantly older than 8. So India Willoughby said something that I wouldn't say myself. And then J.K. Rowling replied to it because J.K. Rowling is obsessed with India Willoughby. I went through because J.K. Rowling recently responded to me, did a video of that recently. And I was going through her media tab to find where she had put a screenshot of me, and a quarter of all her posts are about India Willoughby. It's deranged. Maybe jealousy is a factor. Who knows? Anyway, June replies. June Slater, blue tick. June Slater 17. Who has her own YouTube channel. She got her own YouTube channel. Let's see what this is. Goodness. Oh, God, she's got 65,000 subscribers. That is incredibly depressing. Anyway, she says, absolutely delusional. This is the most mental thing I've read in a while. Do these trans women ever do real woman stuff? Tell us, June. What's real woman stuff? Put the washer on. Get the kids to school. Pack lunches. Housework. Cooking. Shopping. Visiting relatives in care homes. Chauffeuring kids around. Or do they just fanny around all day with their appearance? Are you fucking thick? Of course trans people put the washing on and take the kids to school. You stupid fuck. Unbelievable. How do you think my clothes get washed? How do you think I eat food? Where do you think my food comes from? If I don't shop for it and I don't cook it, what are you talking about? Do you think my cat cooks it for me? Do you think my cat makes my lunch and does the housework? Where do these people you have to dehumanize trans people so much, an insane amount, to believe that trans people might not pack lunches or collect their kids from school. Who's getting their kids from school? If trans people aren't picking up their own kids, who's picking their kids up? That's just unreal. It's just so disconnected from reality. I can't even get my head into this space where you consider this group so subhuman that you can't even imagine them doing daily tasks. Or do they just fanny around all day with their appearance? Brazenly misogynistic. Very clearly what every single misogynistic man says about every single woman. All you care about is your appearance. No, we're doing all the normal stuff like everyone else. And when you do you even shop for your own food? I just, what do you think? Oh no, actually, I spent all day combing my hair. I spend all day, every day combing my hair and doing my makeup because that's all I care about. And then I starved to death after 4 days. You stupid fuck. My goodness, it's just unbelievable. Someone else pointed out that visiting relatives in care homes, is that women stuff? I think that's rich person stuff, because not everyone can afford to have their relatives who need care to be in care homes. In fact, kind of internationally, across the world, it's very common for relatives who need care to be cared for by the women in their houses. And they're elderly relatives who might have medical conditions or dementia or something will need to move in with the family, and then they're often looked after by the woman of the house. And why would that not be true for trans people? In fact, that's more likely to be true for trans people, because trans people are more likely to be poor than cis people. The average trans person's net wealth is lower than the average cis person's net wealth, so we're less likely to be able to afford care homes in the first place, so we're more likely to be caring for those relatives at home. I don't really think that real woman stuff is visiting, who is working in these care homes, June? It's mainly women. it could be trans women. Some of the women in these care homes working are trans women earning minimum wage, looking after your relatives because you're rich enough to afford a care home, and like chauffeuring kids around. Also, when I was a kid, I never got chauffeured around. When I was little, my parents would walk with me to school and we'd walk back together. And then when I got old enough to walk back on my own, I walked back on my own. And if I needed to go somewhere, I had to save up my pocket money in order to afford a bus, because my parents couldn't afford to just drive us around, and they didn't have the time because they were doing adult stuff, real adult, real woman stuff and real man stuff, like cooking the dinner and going to work and stuff. Yeah, it's just, this is like such a, I mean, she's got a gender critical thing in a thing, of course, pronouns, my country's decline, pronouns are obsessed with pronouns. But it's not, like, it's a shock when you see someone say something so dumb. Like, the shocking thing here is the dumbness of it. It's not the bigotry of it, because it's really common for you to see any, like, if you see racists, they talk about people of other races like they aren't human. They're like, do these people even wash? Do they even clean? Do they even look after their own children? Yeah, they do. They're the same as you stupid fuck. And you see it with like, oh, misogynists always say like, oh, do women even think? Do they even care about work? Do they even do any of this? Or do they just spend the whole day just making themselves look pretty? Like, you're just a misogynist if you say something like that. You're just a racist if you say something like that about other races. It's just so common. It's like the standard dehumanization pattern, and it's a symptom of a belief system rather than itself like the problem. This isn't just like a normal person who has said something dumb. The only reason that anyone would think anything like this and like bypass their brain in order to say it out loud is if they've already dehumanized the group they're talking about. Because like if you were about to say like, do French people even cook their own food? Your brain might come in and be like, well, hang on a minute, before we say this out loud, how do you reckon French people exist? Like, they need to eat, right? They're still human, right? So someone's cooking their food, and if they aren't cooking their own food, where are they getting it from? And no, I'm not going to say this out loud. This is stupid, isn't it? This isn't a real thought. This is an idiot thought. I'm glad I didn't say that out loud, because that would be dumb. That's what a normal person would do if they had a stupid thought come up. But if you've already dehumanized the group to the point where you don't think French people are human, then saying that out loud is fine, because it overrides your brain. It stops you thinking. Like it terminates your thoughts. There's this like phrase, thought terminating cliche, where they just say something. Like the classic one is like, oh, women just spend all day there on their appearance. It's just like a thing you say. And you don't need to, it's not there for people to analyze. It's just like to signify to the people around you that you're part of their in-group. And it's to be derogatory. And yeah, you're not meant to think about it. And if someone tries to think about it, then you get defensive. And I'm sure that is exactly what happened. I did reply to this, but of course she didn't reply. Oh, God, this guy. The counsellor. Which counsellor is this guy from? Reform, of course. Okay. Unsurprising. Very good point, June. Very good point. It's not even a point. Do these trans women ever put the washer on? Answer, yes. So it's not a good point, is it? It's a stupid question. It's a very unintelligent, ill-thought-out question. But watch out, because you'll be called sexist next. Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why. You've spotted it, Stuart, have you? By these self-proclaimed women that are not actually women, just men pretending to be women. Oh, great explanation there, Stuart. Real big brain stuff. How absolutely ludicrous. Yeah, isn't it ludicrous to think about these people who don't wash their clothes, don't look after their own kids, don't pack their lunches, don't do any housework, don't cook, don't shop, don't visit their relatives, don't drive, and spend all day on their appearance. How ludicrous. Yeah, yeah, we'll never know. These people don't think. They say stuff. They're just like, I'm a dickhead. Ha ha ha. Blue tick. I get money for this. And very frustrating to see people like this exist in real life and get, well, on Twitter, 4,000 likes is completely meaningless. But it's the average J.K. Rowling fan. For sure. Someone with absolutely no brain who doesn't think trans people are fully human. Oh, what's going on here? OBS did something weird. Right, everyone. I think we're going to call it there. I do have a bunch of other stuff. Oh, man. Her YouTube channel looks terrible. The NHS preoccupation with Islam. Goodness. Let's look. Just look at this. Oh, man. Intrusive stupidity. I'm sure you're an expert on that, mate. And the globalist. Hold on, number 10. I wonder what she means by globalist. Man, I hate discovering random people like this and being like, wow, this person has like a fan base and everything. There are a lot of people on the internet, and most of them are fucking stupid. I'm sure me included, but at least there's orders of magnitude of stupidity, and at least I've never said something like, does this group of people cook food?